mixture of everything in this game. But we won. We went 1-0. Was it perfect? No. But it's our first game, and we played a lot of different lineups that we haven't played. So we're going to take this. This is going to be a really good learning experience from it, and that's what we just talked about in the locker room. We're going to take this, we'll break it down, but there's certain things we just need to be better at, and we know that, and now it's about putting it into action.
Kind of having a bigger role and kind of growing into that last season. Are you able to build off that last year, kind of going into this year?
We're just taking every day and every game at the same time and just trying to go 1-0. Of course, like, Macara holds a lot of weight on our team, so with her going down like that, it's just next woman up, and just everyone got to step up and really play a bigger role. So I feel like just as a team, like, we did good about that and just handled our business.
Genesis, obviously, a lot of offseason improvement as a ball handler and a playmaker. Just tell me about the work you did in the offseason.
I feel like I attacked this offseason like every other offseason. Of course, this one is a little different than last one because there was so much being thrown at me last summer and so much I had to get just from a physical standpoint. But I feel like this year, like, I was able to work with Kylie a lot, with my strength, my conditioning, with just my ankle stuff, like my body's feeling better. So I feel like that aspect really has helped me, like, from a strength standpoint. So, like, being able to take that contact and finish it a lot better.
Genesis, just last season when Makai was out for those a couple of games and you ran the point, what did that maybe help do for you kind of with a comfort level going into this game knowing you'd be in the same position?
I feel like even when Makai was there, like, we kind of go off each other as far as, like, point guard duties. But I guess, like, even with Cam, though, like, I want to shout her out, too. Like, she came in and gave us some really good minutes. Like, I was able to kind of go off the ball a little bit, and that kind of gave me a little time to rest for a second. So I feel like Cam really stepped up a big deal, too. So I really appreciated her and just everyone that kind of took a little off as well.
For both of you guys, coming back as veterans on the team, entering your senior season, what were your guys' emotions watching the hype video before the game and entering tip-off?
I think it was really cool. You know, our media team did a great job with that, and it's kind of cool to see, you know, that stuff. When I first got here, our stuff really, like, wasn't like that because we weren't what we are now. And so being able to see kind of that stuff progress is pretty cool, and it means a lot to us as players to kind of have that stuff, so it's pretty cool.
Kendall, you stepped out and hit that three late. I mean, how's that been developing in your game, and what were you not supposed to?
I called it for.
Yeah,
no, it was first time ever. So it was
I've been working on that a lot with Coach Kat this offseason, just kind of getting used to just like a catch and shoot three and kind of like a pop back three, and so being able to hit that in a game, it boosted my confidence a lot because I hit them in practice, but, you know, just kind of that game atmosphere is very different, and so it's like, you know, the extra nerves, you know, people are flying at you, so just kind of being able to hit that, I think, will kind of build that confidence for the rest of the season. So
this is for Genesis, and a lot of players have people that they kind of emulate, and I was wondering if you had a certain professional player that you kind of base your game off of.
That's a good question. I think I kind of just like a combination of a lot of players. Since I'm a point guard, kind of like a pass first type of point guard, but I can also score too. So I feel like it's just a combination of a lot of people. Like, I watch a lot of Steph Curry and kind of old school Magic Johnson, like kind of like the flashy passes. I always wanted to do that kind of stuff. So I feel like a combination of a lot of people.
KB, how does the double post with Hobby kind of work right now? And on the other end of the floor, when you're guarding fours, how does that kind of work for you?
I like it a lot. You know, it kind of gives me a little bit of a break. You know, I've always said, you know, being a five player is a different kind of tired just because you're constantly banging around physically trying to hold people off. So, you know, first of all, playing the four kind of gives me a little bit of a break, and I like being able to kind of flow down on the perimeter a little bit. It gives me a chance to kind of guard people out there. But in terms of Hobby, we're working on it in practice. You know, we get a lot of high lows in practice when we get to play together, and so obviously that'll come through the season. But, you know, she's been really good to work with, so it's going to be really good, I think, kind of once we get more comfortable playing with each other and stuff.
Kendall, was rebounding one of those topics of discussions in the post game, and what were some of the challenges? It seems like there were a lot of long rebounds coming off.
Yeah, teams that shoot a lot of threes, that's always something, as a rebounder, I don't really like because I know the rebounders are going to be long and I'm usually not anywhere near them. But, we talked about they had a lot of good rebounders on their team. So we just, I think there were a lot that were long and then tipped and then a couple times, they were batted around. So we just got to, Coach Green said, we got to go up with 2 hands and just grab those and then just hold on to them and get them out to our guards. So, yeah, I mean, rebounding was obviously like a big thing tonight. We didn't do the best job of it. But, yeah, that's something we got to work on.
Genesis, 10 of your makes came in from 2-pointers. How is that part, getting to the rim, developed for you? And I know you mentioned your strength. Does that play in? And is there like a confidence thing going when you're able to get down there like that?
Yeah, I think like my first 2 threes, I didn't really feel that comfortable in it. So I want to kind of get myself warmed up a little bit. And I feel like we kind of knew like the way they played on ball screens, they sagged a little bit. So it's kind of like me and the big going 1-on-1. So just trying to build that confidence going to the rim. But then it was like, if it's not broke, then why fix it? So I just kept doing it.
Kendall, just what was kind of the offseason like for you, obviously coming off an injury? How did that kind of progress for you, and what you kind of want to work on going into this season?
Yeah, it was, a lot of rehab initially, just kind of getting my calf back to what it needs to be and a lot of, lower body strength. So a lot of it was that. But in terms of basketball, I've been working a lot on just kind of being able to play in space a little bit. I usually am back to the basket. So just kind of getting more comfortable with like that face-up shot or playing from the high post and obviously the 3. So just kind of getting more comfortable with the ball in my hands, being able to get the rebound and kind of take a few dribbles and outlet it to guards. So I would say that's like been the biggest thing for me, is just kind of being more comfortable handling it for sure.
Kendall, recently you've been putting up some generational defensive rating numbers. Is that something you pride yourself in on the defensive end, being that rim protector, helping out your teammates on the perimeter?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the guards do a lot, for us on offense. And so I think, as bigs, it's a big job for us to kind of take care of them. We see everything. We're the ones that are down low and, we got to protect them. Through screens and stuff. So that's, I take huge pride in that, being a big communicator, being someone that can get the rebounds quick, because that obviously starts our offense a lot better. So just kind of taking that to heart and making sure, I'm where I need to be. Obviously not perfect at it, but, I do take a lot of pride in that, yeah.
And honestly, like, everyone wants a KB on their team. Like, she does all the little things that you probably don't see. Like, she's always taking accountability. Even if it ain't her fault, she's going to take accountability. So, like, KB is probably like one of the best teammates you could ever have, too.
For Genesis, 30-plus points on a night without Makira Cook. Was the game plan coming into tonight kind of to take over that leadership role from the preseason Naismith player?
I feel like, like I said, like, Makira holds a big load on our team, so I knew I had to step up, whatever that was going to be, whether it's points, assists, like, whatever it was going to be, like, I knew I had to step up. So I feel like it wasn't a lot of pressure either, because, like, we've been practicing and kind of working with this lineup, so it kind of just came natural.
Yes. Kendall, what have you observed about Genesis since she got here that allowed her to step in to that role and be able to kind of have that performance like she did?
Her willingness to pass. There's not, her and Makira both, but especially Jen, there's not a whole lot of pass-first point guards, I think. And, we had to get used to each other at first because some of those passes come at a high speed. But I think just her willingness to, like, create plays for others, but, like, also knowing when she needs to step up and score. And I think, as she got used to the system with us, I think it, her confidence really boosted, just being able to score and seeing what she can do, for sure.
During the third quarter, you guys kind of struggled to score for Shauna. What did you see there, and how would you explain that?
Oh, hang tight.
Sorry.
We're just finishing up players.
Oh, sorry.
Anything else for the players? All good?
Job, you guys.
Thank you, guys. See you later.
See ya.
You want me to repeat the question?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. So during third quarter, you guys kind of came in and struggled to score. How would you? What do you see there?
We struggled to do a lot of things in the third quarter, so I don't think I was seeing straight because I was probably so mad. We gave up 22 points and only scored 18, and a lot of it we couldn't really get into a rhythm and get running because we weren't getting stops. So everything that we talk about, it's defend, rebound, and then run. So if we're not defending and rebounding and being, disciplined in that, then we're going to struggle to score, because then it's going to be more of a half-court game, more walk it up, and now I'm having a call set every single play. Like, we want to be able to run, and when we're running, we're getting easy baskets. We're more in a flow offensively. So it starts with our defense and our rebounding, and obviously we were not doing a good job of that, especially in that third quarter.
Coach, is it rare to see a guard improve as much as a ball handler and playmaker as Genesis Bryant has over the last year or so?
No, I mean, I think a lot of what, Jen's just more confident and comfortable in the system. And like she said, her first summer, she was trying to get in shape. She was trying to kind of get her own confidence back because she hadn't played in 2 years. Like, it was a totally different summer. Where this summer she was able to really attack, in our plan of what she needed to get better at as an individual player. So she was able to hone in on different areas, and you see that. I mean, Jen can just, she can do everything. She's an elite 3-level scorer, and you see that tonight. She didn't have to shoot as many threes. She got in the paint. She's able to finish around the rim in a crafty way, and she's also able to, facilitate and make her teammates better. So, and when she gets really confident, then this is what you see. This is the byproduct of that. So she's just, I think this summer she just had a whole different place mentally, physically, so and confidence-wise.
Is the evolution of this team where you only shoot 14 threes tonight and you get 29 layup attempts, is that kind of how this team can transition from what you were last year?
I think every game's different, right? I think that there's a lot of, because we made a lot of threes against Truman State and we were in a really good offensive flow. So I think we're a little bit different too. We haven't, it's different without Makaira out there. It's different even for me calling stuff. I'm used to, now with Cam's out there and trying to think, we called certain plays for certain people. And so I had to even get used to that tonight of where to go to, when I normally have a pretty good feel of what we're going to run. So I want a combination of both. I think that the more aggressive we are, and we always talk about it, the more, and I was really adamant about that at the start of the game. I wanted to be really in attack mode, get a ton of paint touches, get downhill, because that's going to open up our threes. When we're really flowing from three, it's in transition and it's from inside out threes. So that means we're being really aggressive. And so, again, as we continue, that's always going to be, let's get downhill, let's get in the paint. But I also want us to shoot, a lot of threes still. But, we got layups, we got to make them. We left a lot of points out there tonight off missed layups, and we work it every day, but we're gonna keep working it.
I guess, how important were Cameron's minutes, especially in the second half?
I thought Cam was really great tonight. If you talk about, how far she's come in a year, I don't know last year at this time if she'd be able to do that, but that just shows what a year of experience does. And the thing that I love about Cam, last year when she wasn't playing a lot or at all, every day she's in there doing something. She's in with Coach Mack. She's watching film. She's working on her game. I mean, she's a kid that just continued to stay ready. So now you don't have to get ready. She was ready to go, and I told her that the other day. You're ready for this because your preparation has been elite, and now you're ready to go. So she came in tonight, played 25 minutes, 3 for 6, 3 rebounds, 7 points. I mean, that's a pretty good line. And my thing with her was always run the offense, defend, and take care of the basketball, and she did that.
I know you feel very strongly getting fans into the stadium. What does it mean to this program to keep getting Orange Crush here?
Yeah, Orange Crush was great. I mean, for a game on a Tuesday night, one of our earlier games, not one of our bigger Big Ten games, I thought there was a great showing tonight. So that's why I wanted to give them a special shout out after the game, and they're a difference maker. So I keep telling them that, and we have how many thousands of kids on this campus? Like, can't we get a couple thousand every game? What else is going on Tuesday night? Come out, and isn't it fun to watch basketball? So yes, we need them. We need them out. I love the guys that were there tonight. But we got to keep coming because they are a difference maker because they're going to sit down there and heckle the other team the whole time, and they're different than normal fans.
Coach, your biggest emphasis on the last game was defense. What's your description or thoughts on the defense today?
Pause. What do you say? Take a drink of water. I mean, I don't know if some parts were good, and there's too many inconsistencies defensively. And it's on me. I got to figure it out, and I will figure it out, and we'll get back to it in 2 days prep, leading into a really tough game. But we're not guarding on the ball that well, and then our ball screen coverage tonight was not good. So they out-rebounded us because of our ball screen coverage and our on-ball defense, because we spent 90% of the game in rotation. If you've watched our team, when we're at our best, we're guarding the ball and we're taking care of the ball screens. And so now we're not in rotation. When we're in rotation, now everyone's flying around and we're not getting box outs. So it all starts with on-the-ball defense for us, and we will continue to work it, and we will get better from it.
Hey, Sean, I don't believe you addressed it, but is there any update on Makaira? Was this something kind of looking ahead to these next 2 games, these big games against Marquette and then Notre Dame? Is this something you wanted to kind of rest her so she's ready to go for those upcoming games?
Yeah, it's still, like I've said, it's day to day, so we don't know. I mean, you don't know how long it'll be, and obviously we want to always be healthy going into a game, but we'll just take it one day at a time, see how she feels, and go from there. But I think this was a really good game as an opener to get, some different lineups in. Cam, feels good and has some good confidence leading into a road game.
Coach, going into Marquette, what can you anticipate for that matchup?
They're really good. And I mean, I've played against, teams that are coached by Megan back when I was at Dayton and she was at Miami of Ohio. They're tough, they're physical. They're really we kind of have similar philosophies in a lot of things. We play man-to-man, they play man-to-man. They want to be blue-collar, hard workers, just like we do. So we got to be ready to go because this is not a game you can go in and not be sharp and come away with a win on the road. So we got to defend better. We got to run our stuff better because they're a really good team.
Just one other housekeeping. I couldn't see Brittany Anderson on the bench. Is there an update on maybe where she was at?
Yeah, she's also day-to-day. We got day-to-day with coaches. We got day-to-day with players.
Shauna, we've talked about the double post with Hobby and KB. I want to ask, when you went to KB this offseason and said this is what we want to do, it's not like KB's never played the 4 before in her life, but how did that conversation and that evolution kind of go, especially when she's coming off of an injury?
I don't even, KB's wants to win. So I don't even know if we ever sat there and had, I remember when we were recruiting Hobby, she was super excited and she was helping us recruit her because she wants good teammates. She wants more, great players here. And that's really cool and something different because you don't always get that, especially when someone plays your position. Sometimes people don't want more people in there because they want to play 40 minutes a game. But KB's not like that. And she's like you heard Jen say, she's one of the best teammates out there, right? She's about winning. She's about the right stuff. So, I don't even think we had really that conversation. She just, she wants to win basketball games and I want to win basketball games. So I trust her. She trusts me. And I thought there were some good times tonight that they look pretty good out there together. But it's hard in some of these matchups early on because a lot of these teams are playing 4 guards. So it's hard to really get a true look at it and play it a lot just because of matchups.
Coach, did you like what you saw from Gretchen tonight and her willingness to stay aggressive when maybe the shots aren't falling as much as you'd like?
Yeah, I thought Gretchen was, she got the shots that she normally makes. She's, this was her first official college game. And, a couple of those pull-ups, I'm like, those are normally layups for her. So the shots were there. We got to keep, defensively, just continue to work on that and the speed of the game, all that stuff. But she was aggressive. She got to the free throw line. She was 4 for 5. She was 1 for 4 from the field. So those shots I know will come. But I was really happy with her aggressiveness, and then she has to rebound more. That's one thing. All of our wings tonight, I don't think they rebounded as well as we need them to. You know, Dal needs to rebound more, Gretchen does, Jada does, and that's something that, you know, we've been really emphasizing. We need to get better at that.
Adalia in a little bit of a different role this year, if I'm not mistaken, more of a guard position. What'd you kind of see from her in that new role?
I mean, she's pretty much playing the same, you know, position as last year. She's pretty much always on the wing. You saw her last year a little bit at the 4 when we play guard against teams like this. So she played more 4 tonight than, you know, she has in practice. But she's pretty much, you know, her same player. If she finishes all those takes, I mean, she got to the rim at ease. She just needs to, you know, have confidence and finish those. And I know she will. Though it'll come. And, you know, if she does that, she probably scores 10-plus points just off all of those drives she had.
When Genesis goes down there late, I mean, what were you kind of thinking? And I mean, was it just something, just a cramp or something, or what was she kind of dealing with there?
Yeah, it was a cramp, but at first I just saw her on the ground and I was like, please no. So yeah, I kind of was blocked by it, and then someone told me right away that it was a cramp. So, you know, that just happens when you play 30-some minutes and score 32 points and playing hard. But no, I was very, very relieved when I walked out there and she said, I'm good, it's just cramping up. So, and she said it was still cramping a little bit now.
What did you see from her and her ability to get to the rim and maybe recognizing that she wasn't the most comfortable shooting tonight and kind of pivoting away from that?
I love that. And I love what she said, you know, that's what a scorer thinks like. And that's what I always tell, like, you know, get yourself going by attacking. You know, get yourself going, get to the free throw line, get in an attack. And now those threes feel a lot better because you're in a rhythm and you have confidence going. So she just, if she can continue to do that, and I thought she even did a good job tonight of stopping in her mid-range game and not always attacking all the way. She got to the rim, obviously, at times and found her mid-range. Yeah, if she can continue to do that, that's gonna help. And then you put Makaira back in there and another attacker. You know, I think that obviously that bodes well for us as we continue to evolve.
Can you replicate the McGuire Center? It's like a 3,500 seat, kind of has that high school gym type of feel to it. I don't know if you've been there when you were at Northwestern or at Dayton, but can you replicate what that noise is like if it gets rocking and rolling this week?
Yeah, I played there a lot when I was in the Big East out at Providence. So it's, you know, it just depends too on how many people they have in there. But it's a smaller place. It's a great facility for women's basketball. You know, it's a Saturday game at 2, so I would think we'd have a decent crowd. And hopefully it's not too far from here either. So I think, you know, I know a lot of people that are going, so hopefully there'll be a lot of our fans there. But no, I you know, whatever happens Saturday, I really do believe it's going to be a great experience for us down the road because it's going to be a great environment against a really good team. And last year we didn't do that, right? Last year we had a bunch of easy games at home. So we're tested early, and we're going to see what we're made out of.
Coach, in the third quarter, obviously there was a little bit of a struggle to score, but a lot of points you had in that quarter came from the free throw line. Is there something you can tell us about the importance of going to the net and getting those free throw opportunities when the shots aren't falling?
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying to be aggressive. We're always trying to get to the free throw line. That's something that, you know, we talk about all the time. And again, being the aggressor, get downhill, get paint touches. So they also, they fouled a lot. They could have called I told the ref the one time that you could have called a foul on every play because they do a good job, though. They're scrappy. They work really hard. They're a little bit smaller. So they're up in you, and you weren't going anywhere without being hit or touched, and which I like that as a defense. I like how they played. I thought they played really, really hard. So I thought we were being a little bit more aggressive and getting down there, calling some of those. So, you know, and it helped we got to the free throw line. Thank you.